Hello and welcome to Live Life Driven. I hope you're having an awesome week. Right now in Montana, I'm getting about 7 inches of snow today, so it's pretty epic out there. I just got in from my 75 hard run. I hope everybody's taking advantage of the end of year months here and just making the most out of your lives. And, you know, based on my show last week, we talked about having goals and pushing through, and it doesn't even matter who wins this election one way or another. Don't let that stop you from achieving your goals and going after what's important to you. And I certainly hope that you're spending time with your families and doing all things great. With that being said, one of my biggest passions in life has been off-road racing, and I've spent a lot of years in the desert racing, and I've met some incredible people. One of them was Jerry Zayden, who was on my The Answer is Yes podcast show about a year and a half ago. He's one of my earlier guests, and Jerry's just done a great job in his business building aftermarket parts, Toyotas and all different kinds of vehicles and stuff. He's got the vehicle that you always aspire to have. And anyways, Jerry's been a good friend, and you know, I follow him and I just see the people that are around him, and he's got a great family, and I wound up, following his son because he's got this badass pickup truck. And all of a sudden I saw that he had a great girlfriend, and she was very vocal in the world of politics at a very young age. And I've been trying to get Alli, now I'm going to screw it up because I'm looking at your words. I've been trying to get Alli Wilbourn on my show. So Alli, welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you.
I was looking at your name and it says real Alli.
Yes, it does.
I'm like, wait, I thought I knew her name was Alli. So anyways, I've been following along. You're calling from the college dorm at Vanguard. Thank you so much for calling in. And I've just been so impressed with your presence on social media. And I think it's important for you to tell a little bit of your story. So as people know, dating back to 4th of July, I said, I'm no longer going to be the silent majority. So here's me doing my part not to be silent today. And Alli, you are very much, I would say, a Republican and a Trump fan and a conservative and all the above. And you're in college, so we can assume that you're a younger adult. We don't have to give your age unless you're comfortable with that. But I just think that you're wise beyond your years, and I'm curious where this passion comes from.
Thank you. Yes, I'm 18, and I'm in SoCal, which, as people know, is a very blue state. And I got really inspired to kind of jump on the Trump train in 2016, and I was 14 years old. And I think it came up with this passion for me to be a young leader. And my goal is to inspire people my age and the younger generation that it's okay to stand out and be different, which in today's day and age, it's very different to be a Republican, conservative at this age. And I think that's my biggest goal, is to remind them that that's okay. And you're going to lose friends. That's the reality. But something I think is really important to know is, if some people don't deserve to know the real you. And I've definitely lost multiple friend groups along the last few years, but it's definitely been worth it because it's brought me to the best friends I've had ever. And we've all formed this huge group. We call it our Nation 6. And I basically organize events and some get-togethers just to kind of give people my age a place to express their views and meet people who agree with everything they believe in. And it just kind of creates this space where everyone can be themselves. And a lot of people, so we have people all over SoCal coming to these events, which is really awesome because so many people just are kind of lost now when they've come out with their political views. And as sad as it is, it's the reality. So it's really cool that I can get everyone together and help them make new friends.
Do you feel like there's a lot of like-minded people in your age group that you're around that are just afraid to talk about what their passion is as it relates to their politics and their beliefs, and they're just squashed?
I do, yeah. That's kind of one of my biggest motivators, to be honest with you, is when you see the people who are struggling and you see the people who need someone else to be their voice sometimes. I think it's important to step in then, and whether it's sticking up for people or reminding them that their views are okay. I think that's just super awesome, and it's one of my biggest motivators for sure.
It almost seems like and I haven't been one for myself, but you see in a TV show, somebody goes into AA, and everybody's quiet. And it's like, does anybody have anything to say? And then somebody finally raises their hand, like, yes, I'm Joe. I'm an alcoholic. It's kind of like, yes, I'm Jim, and I'm a conservative. I mean, that's probably a relief for people to open up to you and talk about what they really believe in and what they feel, right?
Yeah, it is. And I get messages, honestly, weekly now of people saying, thank you for sticking up for what you believe in, especially as a girl. And you're so young, it's inspired me to stick up for what I believe in. And I think being told that it's so humbling. Like there's nothing can beat that.
Yeah, so your work's already paying off through seeing other people, inspired through your actions. And that's really what made me want to call you, because I've been inspired by watching you. Now, I've got 2 young daughters, 5 and 7, in the next 30 days, both of them having a birthday. And I just feel like, gosh, when they're older, what's going to be there for them? Are they going to be able to speak their mind? And I think it's an amazing time in the United States where we are so squashed with our beliefs and how we feel. Talk about that a little bit, because you just came out of high school and you're in college now. But what is it like on the campuses, the real life on campuses as it relates to speaking your mind and how you feel there?
So I'm on a Christian campus, but even then, I've still come across some very unaccepting people just based on wearing a Trump shirt in the elevator, for example. Got girls laughing, taking videos and whatnot. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but it's just honestly sad that people are so intolerant and so unaccepting of other people, when in reality, the beauty of this country is that we can all have our different opinions. We can all vote for who we want. And something that's so great about the right is that majority of us, I won't say all, but majority of us are the most accepting people in this country. And it's sad because, of course, we're the ones getting the hate, and we're the ones being told that we're intolerant and we're all the same or whatnot. But reality is we're the most accepting people, and anyone who's willing to talk to us, we're willing to talk back. And more people would see that, I think, if they were more open to it and not so caught up with what they think and caught up with the media, for example. Because if you just form a relationship with someone and really listen to what they have to say, who knows how much they're going to change your mind or not. Even if they don't, it's still important that we can all get along, because if you just, everyone just assumes that we're not willing to talk and we're just going to shut you down, but it's really not the case. I haven't met a single conservative who is like that. Everyone's willing to talk or debate, whatever you want to do. So,
or just have their belief and do their thing without getting into an argument, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I try to avoid arguments at all costs. If people reach out to me and want to ask a question and they approach me in kind of a rude way, I say, look, if you're willing to have a civil conversation, I'm happy to do it. You're probably not going to change my mind. I'm probably not going to change yours, but I'm always open to a friendly conversation. And it usually shuts them down and they ignore me, or they just start going off on me regardless. And if you don't get a response, that's probably why.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to waste my time arguing with someone. It's like arguing with a brick wall. So.
Well, why do you think that is, especially in a younger demographic, maybe your age or a little bit younger? How do you feel that they've been influenced so quickly to have these beliefs indoctrinating that fast? I mean, to me, it's taken a lifetime to have my belief system and what really is important to me. And every year that's evolving. And it's just amazing to me when I look at a young teenager that is just yelling at somebody, you're wrong, wrong, wrong. And whatever it is that they're chanting is like, wow, how did you get so passionate so quickly?
I think something called appeal to authority. I think that, I know that most of my generation, all they're doing is looking at Instagram and whatever other social media platform. So the only way they're getting their info is through celebrities. And celebrities are either very outspoken or they're not outspoken at all. And the ones who are, that's who they're going to listen to, because that's their role models. I have role models who are very smart, wise, intelligent people. I don't look up to the Kardashians, for example. I don't understand the appeal to them, but they're people, for example, who, if they promote their political views, they're millions of followers. They're going to think, oh, Kim Kardashian likes this guy. I should like this guy. Because I feel like internally they think that's a form of acceptance by those people. And I think it's sad because that's not how it should be. You should be developing your own opinions and your own beliefs in your life, because you only got one to live. And I think that developing your outlook on this world is really important, and it's really bad that that's what's happening.
Yeah. What do the educators say about this? You're in school right now. Are the educators promoting or at least accepting that students are getting a lot of their information from social media and the internet that way? Are they trying to convince them that there's a higher education out there? Or are they just rolling with it?
I think, unfortunately, a lot of them are rolling with it, because even some of my professors are pretty young, and I think that's where they're getting their news source as well, because I think a lot of people are honestly too lazy to go out of their way and research, look for articles, find different platforms to kind of piece things together and develop their own view.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think a lot of teachers and professors are promoting the same thing, especially when it comes to the social justice aspect. I think 3 of my classes so far, that's a lot of what I've learned so far, is the modern social justice, all the things that are going on involved with that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's honestly, I think a lot of teachers are feeding them the same info.
Where would you recommend people get good, insightful information on the topics at hand that really kind of represent both points of view?
So I look up when I want to know more details about an article, because I'm really careful about posting things, for example, on my story or my Instagram, because I don't want to post something that I don't know enough about to be able to back my claim. So I'm not going to give specific ones. I go on Google, I search up whatever's going on, and I read 5 to 7 articles,
mm-hmm.
all from different places, liberal platforms, conservative platforms, by watching the news. And of course, I use social media too, and I scroll through and I see what's going on with political pages. But yeah, even if I see it, I still go to check it, because it's still an Instagram account and you never know if it's real or not. It's an agenda, so both sides.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how much agenda is out there, especially in our social media. And, you start liking stuff, then all of a sudden you get more of that agenda, whomever it is. You got to be really careful who you're liking and following, and at what level you believe what they're saying.
Very careful.
It's interesting because I feel like social media should be a way to connect with your friends, maybe see some fun stuff that they've got going on, but really for entertainment. And now it's turned into our news source, and it's kind of scary. I mean, I know it's been a big topic the last month about the reliability and kind of the way that social media should be managing their networks, right? Are they doing it appropriately? Are they one-sided? Are they allowing more of the liberal or Democrat agenda to get through? Are they stifling things that should be coming through? It really has put a lot of doubt in my own mind when I see stuff.
It's very censored. Yeah, I have a couple friends right now who are going through I think it's called shadow ban, where they're getting up to maybe 5 views on their things they're posting, and no one's seeing their photos and stuff on their feed. But I think it's very censored, especially when you're going through and it'll say fact checkers say this is false, even though it's not. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's a meme and it's definitely false.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially when conservative accounts are being taken down, when they're posting, obviously, their politics, when the left is doing the exact same thing, and oftentimes violent.
Yeah.
But we're the ones being banned.
Yeah, sure. Sure. I kind of skipped over in the beginning, but what got you into politics? Was this influenced by your parents or your friends or an uncle?
Not by my parents. I would honestly say my politics. Okay, so I've been very passionate about military, law enforcement, everything since I was super young. I had this goal to be in the Navy for half my life. But I think my passion for military, and obviously that turned into more of a love for country, and then love for country turned into learning about the roots of it, founding fathers, our Constitution, and everything that's really made this country what it is and shaped it.